Hey, today I want to do a review on this little bad boy. This is the 150 quart Pelican ice chest. 150 quart. It's not the biggest one. I think it's the second one down. They make all different sizes, and I will never buy another ice chest like this one here. This is the Coleman Extreme that I'm sitting on, and even though this is a 7 to 10, it's a 7-day cooler. The one I'm sitting on here, the Coleman, this one says 10 days. We have ice in here that's 3 weeks old. I'm not saying it's going to work 3 weeks old for you all the time, but I'm here in California. We've had 2 weeks of 100-degree weather, between 90 and 100. And then we had 4 or 5 days of rain where it got maybe down into the 70s, 80s. And that was it. So it's been through good heat. It's got a lot of ice still left in here. We've added maybe a bag of ice a week, a 20-pound bag, just because. So I'm not sitting here changing this up and putting new ice on top and showing you a brand new cool box of brand new ice. This is a 3-week-old cool box that gets constantly gone through, and the ice goes to the bottom and the food comes to the top. And the wife is happy. This is our meat locker. We're putting our meat in here because it keeps the food, the meat, the coldest, and our eggs and all that kind of stuff. What I really like about this box is it's bear proof. You put padlocks right here on these, and it becomes an instant bear box, your bear freezer. Now we use 3 freezers because we're feeding 6 to 8 people. Well, anywhere from 2 to 6 to 8 people every week. You know, maybe every day, maybe on the weekends we'll have 6 or 8 people. Usually it's Karen and I and maybe Paul or Rodney during the week, maybe 4 during the week. And today we had 5 people all week this week. So let's take a look inside. The latches are really nice. This is why I bought this cooler over the Yeti, is because I like these latches. The Yeti has the rubber latches, and the whole box didn't impress me because it costs a third more than the Pelican. You know, you're going to buy Yeti, you're going to buy the brand name. You buy Pelican, you get the same quality. I'm not saying it's better. I've never had a Yeti. But what I've got is a dang good cool box. The latches and lid, there's just excellent latches. So as you can see, you got plenty of room in here. It's 150 quarts, so we got all kinds of room. And this is for the meat. So we got beans, we got meat, and it's all sitting here on top, and we got the eggs. And what I want to show you is here's our ice. So we use the ice. We try and keep it a certain level, and then you know, every time we go in to get food, the ice goes to the bottom. So this is what we got going on right now. I'm going to reset it, drain some water out of it, and so on. But what we use is 2-liter bottles, old milk jugs, apple cider jugs. We fill these with water, and then from a few weeks ago, we have these little small ones. You know, you can buy Arrowhead water, any kind of water that you want, and we use these to put across the top, and that creates a good seal on top. Plus it gives us cold water when we're going up gold mining every day. We have the water to take with us. We just throw a couple of these in our backpack, 2 or 3, and we're set for the day with cold water straight out of the box. So, wow. So this is the ice from 3 weeks ago. And I want you to see this block, okay? This block is from 3 weeks ago. And you see how it's frozen itself to this? What's going on here is that I made these blocks. I went down to Dollar Tree and got some plastic containers. They're maybe 10 by 8, you know, by about 6 inches deep. And I maybe put 5 inches of water in there. This is what's left of that block of ice from 3 weeks ago. It's still here. And notice that this is frozen to it. Okay, this is the problem that we've had with this ice chest. What happened was, we went down to Sportsman's Warehouse in Roseville, off of, that's down at the end of Fairway. And because they had these in stock, we'd asked all around, and what we wanted to do was see them in person to figure out which one we wanted. The big one, which is, I think it's like a 300 quart, is twice the size, is just way too big. So we ended up buying this 150 quart one. And what's going on with it is, the problem is it freezes the ice so well, it holds the ice so well, that the blocks that I made actually froze the water that I put in the bottom. I put 6 to 8 inches of water in the bottom, just enough to fill over the top of the blocks originally. And what it did was, with all the ice on top and all the food and everything in there, it actually froze a solid bottom across the bottom of the ice chest. So this ice chest will actually freeze. It stays that cold. You know, and when we got up the next morning, because it was night and it was dark, you know, and I'm assuming, I don't remember exactly what time of day it was that I opened the box to check the ice to see how it was, but I was amazed that the water had frozen solid across the bottom that we had purposely put in there to insulate the ice, because I like to have an ice barrier on the bottom. You know, I'll use the 2-liter jugs, or I'll put the blocks in there that I made, and then I'll leave enough water in there or add water to it just so it just reaches the top of them, so that I have a solid piece of ice or some, solid plastic to hold the food above the water line, and the water line will stay the same. And so that's what you see in here is the ice from 3 weeks ago that we've had in here. They say it'll last 10 days. Well, I've had it last 3 weeks, even though I had added ice to it. This is the close-up on the latches. This is your bear lock. And what I got was regular master lock, and this lock here is actually too small. You can't fit it on from the top. I didn't know. I already had these locks at home, but the regular master lock actually fits. It does fit up from the bottom, and you can lock it that way. It's a little bit difficult to get it off, but it locks into place, and this is how we keep the bears out of it. We've only had 2 bears this year. One bear that got in the tent, and I just scare him off, And so this lock is a little bit too small. I wanted to show you that, so you be sure and get the next size lock up. This is like a 5/16 or 1/4 inch to 5/16 shank on this one. So you need to go up to the next size lock of the master. Okay, this one does work. You just kind of finagle it a little bit, get it in the right spot where the plastic is showing, and just pull it on down. So that is a little bit small, but I mean, I already had the lock and it works fine, so I'm going to continue using it. Did you hear that? Did you hear how good a seal that has on it? All right, let's. I want to show you guys something here. What I'm going to do is we'll leave it sitting here like this, and I'm going to drain some water out of it. The drain on the back is really nice. Can't see it. But what's going on is when you got the drain on the back of it, it forms such a tight seal that, look, it won't even open. Okay, I can't get this to open. Okay, I just moved the camera. It's still sealed tightly. This is how good the seal is on this thing. You cannot open it once you get the air out of it from the water drain. So this is what we have here. We keep this pry bar here to stick in the corner to pop it so we can get it back open again. And that's what it takes to open it back up. That's how good the seal is on top of this. Check this out. It's about a 1/2 inch thick. It's doubled, okay? It's got a little V in here. All right, and that's supposed to make the seal. And it makes it airtight. Okay, this is, like I said, Pelican, 150 quart. And what it's got going on down here on the bottom, other than the seal up here on top, let's see here. That shows you right there. And see, look at the dirt we got in here. This is 3 weeks of use. Okay, so we got it dirty, but you can see where the seal meets the outside. When people drive down here and it gets dusty, it's keeping everything good and clean, and it's sealed right there. We put the top down, and there it is. Oh, you know what? I'll leave these open again. Now look, because there's no water going out of it. Oh, it's sealed again. It sealed itself shut again. Okay, that one worked. It came out okay. But that's how good the seal is. So, if somebody sits on this, and you got just the right amount in there, it takes that much to lift it back up. It's got this nice tape measure on the top here that you're going to use it like never. Why do they put a tape measure on top of a cool box? I mean, is it to make it like industrial, or like maybe it'll have another use than maybe keeping my food cool? I mean, really, they look a little bit bigger than inches to me too. It says inches on it, but yeah, anyway, I'd still buy it even though it has a tape measure on the top. It's showing me it's 36 inches on the inside, I think is what it's supposed to be showing me. Good God, that seal is ridiculous. So here's another shot inside. Oh yeah, look at that. And let's look at this other side here. See, this keeps all of our meats in here and stuff. And this is how we keep it. We keep everything inside of here, and in order to keep it good, what we do to make sure that everything stays sealed is we triple bag it with regular freezer bags with these, okay? But any freezer bag, as long as it says freezer bag, will work. So what we do, because stuff's going to get down in the water, we don't want it to get wet, we triple bag everything, and that way, with the 3 bags, you might get a little bit of water on the outside, in the outside bag, maybe because they're not perfectly airtight, you might get a little bit of water on the next bag, okay? But we still have a 3rd bag inside, and that is for sure to keep it dry. So everything we have inside of here stays dry because we triple bag every single thing that goes into all our cool boxes, not just this one. Let's take a look and see if we got ice down here in the middle here. The only problem with these triple bags is you got to push it down to make sure that the other zipper's not up and stuck up inside the next one. See, look at this. This is frozen solid to the ice below. Okay? And this is a 2-liter jug frozen to the next one over. And this is what I'm talking about. I mean, this is 3 weeks old. We have this much ice. We've put a 20-pound bag of ice in here a week, maybe, on top of this. And we still have this much. We still have the original blocks. We still have the 2-liter bottles we put in here 2 weeks ago are still in good shape. Tomorrow is ice day. What we don't have in here, that we usually have in here, is on this right side over here. What we do is fill it completely full of water bottles to take with us. And because it's the end of the week, or the end of the 2 weeks, we just have a couple left. And this one here, you know, Alhambra, Arrowhead, it's all good. Purified water, spring water. We just take these home after we drink these. We fill them up, we put them in the freezer. I got a deep freezer in the house, so it takes it down to a real cold temperature. So when we come back here, we got really cold water and really cold ice going in here. Because ice, even though it forms at 32 degrees, it depends on what temperature you freeze it at that it's going to stay at. And like I said, this is our ice container, so it's got the milk, it's got mayonnaise, it's got all of our meats. Salsa, baby. You know, we do a lot of shopping at Costco, so you see all that. But all of our meats are triple bagged. Okay, everything in here can't leak. You can't get anything inside here. Then as far as the eggs go, as you can see right here, this container, this will hold the 18 packs of eggs that you can get at Costco, or different. We'd like to buy fresh eggs if we can find them. But right now we've got just eggs from the store, and this is for our eggs. And we got these tamales up here. We had a few of them left. These are a few weeks old, but we're not worried about our food in this box because it's keeping it cold. So tomorrow when we come back, we'll have maybe 20 to 30 of the little tiny bottles, and we'll cover the top with the bottles and put a whole bunch of them here on the right hand side and stack them in here for when we go up gold mining. So I'm extremely happy with this cooler because I'm not putting in 80 bucks every week of ice in these other two cool boxes. We got the Coleman Extreme here below me that I've had since 2005, so it's like 10 years old. Then we also have the Igloo, the big Igloo that you can see right down here, here in our kitchen. And the problem with this one is that even though it's only a couple of years old, look at the hinges. Yeah, they're broke off. They're plastic hinges. So I wouldn't recommend getting the Igloo. I only recommend Pelican now. Because the amount of money we're saving on ice, it's just ridiculous. I can't believe we ever had any other kind of cool box. This is how serious I am, you guys. Alright? I mean, if you're going to go out for a weekend, do a 3 or 4 day camp or whatever, yeah, the Coleman Extreme is fine. The Igloo is crap. It keeps ice longer than this Coleman Extreme, but the latches are broke on it. I mean, the latch is broke on it. The other thing about Pelican, the Pelican's guaranteed for life. The seal's guaranteed. The latches are guaranteed. If a bear tries to break into it and break some parts, it's guaranteed for life. It's guaranteed that the bear won't get into it. You know. Yeah, I'll never buy anything else. We look at the Yetis also, and that's what sells a lot of, because it's harder to get the Pelicans. They're not as popular, so we don't see them around here. The Coleman Grizzly, I think it's I don't know, don't quote me, it may not be Coleman Grizzly, but I think it is. There is a thicker cool box, it's just like these also, it's Grizzly Bear Proof and Bear Proof also. There's a lot of Bear Proof certified boxes out here, but none of them have a better latch and locking system than the Pelican, which is why we went with this. Like I said, we went down to Sportsman's Warehouse where they had them all at that time. They had the Yetis, they had the Grizzlies, they had a couple other brand names that I can't remember off the top of my head, and they were all the top of the line cool boxes. And the Grizzlies and a couple of the other ones were comparably priced to the Pelican. The Yetis were $100 to a third more. But none of them had the lock and the sealing system that I thought was anywhere near as good as the Pelican, so we went with this one. And you know what? We live in the woods. We've been out here since May 28th, and today is August 10th. You know, June, July, 2.5 months. And we live in the woods during the summer at our mining camp, and we gold mine for a living. And so we're out here all the time. You know, you want to go out and trust somebody who has given you a review saying how great their product is? I'm going to tell you like it is. The Igloo sucks. The latches are a piece of shit. The Yeti, the latches are rubber. So they're going to break sometime. You're going to have to get new ones. They're probably guaranteed for life too, but the fact is you're still going to have to get new ones. The Pelican, these latches are awesome, man. They're strong, you know? And if you do have to replace them, you undo a couple Phillips head screws and pull it off and put the new one on that they're going to send you for free. So that's how it is. You know, the only other thing I would say about the Pelican is they have carrying handles. Okay, they do have these nice carrying handles on the side. You know, right here, they got these carrying handles. But the fact is, you can't pick it up anyway, so what's the point? You know? They put the carrying handles on there for when it's empty, because it's still going to take 2 people when it's maybe a quarter full. You know, but you get over a quarter full in this thing, and I'm talking maybe just ice on the bottom and a little bit of food, you're not going to be able to lift it. It's going to take 2 people anyway. It took the 2 of us to get it in the car, because it's just that big and just that heavy. So no bear is going to come in here and just pick this box up and haul it out and go tear it apart somewhere else. It's just that heavy. I can't lift it at all. And you can see, it's like, you know, 3/4 full of food and maybe half full of ice and water, you know, or less. So, I mean, yeah, it says it's 36 inches across. It's showing you how long it is there. It's, you know, it goes to my elbow. So what's that? Maybe, I don't know, maybe 20 inches, 22, somewhere in there. You can look up the measurements on the inside for yourself, okay? And as far as depth, down here in the middle, more of the same. Okay, we got these blocks, 3 weeks old blocks. There's maybe a third of this block left from the original size. 3 weeks later, this is maybe a third. Yeah, that's a good guesstimate. Is a third, maybe a little bit over a third. But as far as depth goes, it's the same thing. It comes to right here. Okay, it comes to right here. Well, how long is that? Gee, let's take a look. All right, there's 16 inches to 31, 16, and 16 is 32. So it's about 16 inches deep, okay? 15, 16 inches deep, plenty deep. So guess what? Hey, you know what? The ruler did come in handy. You see how good that seal is, man? You push down on it and you can hear it pop up. All right, that's enough screwing around. You guys can see how good the box is in operation. You know, and this isn't some faked report where you see the brand new ice. None of this ice that's in here is over a week old. It was a week. It was last weekend. My buddy brought down some ice and we put it in here then. So this ice that's in here is from last weekend. Okay, on top of the 3-week-old ice that we have on the bottom on the blocks. And this is the thing, we figure we come in here and change the blocks out every week. It's been 3 weeks. We haven't changed the blocks of ice out of the bottom yet. It's a great box. It really, truly is. Yeah, if you like this review, hit like. And we'll be doing more later.